Thank you, House Chair, Deputy President. The ACDP understands with this bill is part of an ongoing process and an ongoing review, and that there is still further work to be done. And we do share some of the concerns that have been expressed. But if one looks at the stringent timeframes that were applicable in the past, that it did seem that the consideration of the budget amounted to mere rubber stamping of the money bills, and that there now is an additional period for committees to consider the budget. We also understand the Parliamentary Budget Office. That process is ongoing, and when we travelled through Africa to Kenya, we were there shown that in their case, members of Parliament could approach their Parliamentary Budget Office, and we're slightly concerned now that there might be constraints upon us as members of Parliament approaching the Parliamentary Budget Office, but we do understand there are constraints in this regard, and that looking forward, this process can be reviewed. But I'd like to give a very practical example of the very efficiency of this bill when it was passed. The Justice Committee approached the Minister of Finance in October last year to obtain additional funding for Legal Aid South Africa. And we specifically recommended that funding then allocated to the Department of Rural Development and Land Reform to a private firm of attorneys to provide representation in land-related matters be transferred from that department to the Department of Justice and then to Legal Aid South Africa. That was about 185 million rand that was being used by private attorneys that we felt that Legal Aid South Africa could have used, and because of their financial constraints, they were not able to deal with land matters, and we understood that a new contract was being awarded. Now, we know Legal Aid South Africa can play a key role in finalizing outstanding land claims, and this delay has resulted in much frustration and adds tensions around the land issue. And may I just say, Deputy President, thank you for last week, your engagement in Bella Bella with various organizations, and I've received very positive reports, and I understand there's a lot of prayer in that regard that we will find a solution to the land issue. But I just want to commend you for your engagement in that regard. But getting back to the issue, the Minister of Finance says due to constrained fiscal outlook, he was not able to help us. Now, we then resolved to go to the Appropriations Committee and discuss this, and this could have resulted in an amendment of that allocation to Legal Aid South Africa. The Justice Committee agreed on that provision, but due to time constraints, we were unable as the Justice Committee to approach the Appropriations Committee that would then have called in the Rural Development Portfolio Committee and then decide whether those funds should be shifted. There'd been no change to the expenditure ceiling, no change to the fiscal framework, but it would have been a shift in funds. And this is how efficiently this can be dealt with. Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you.